I am Trent Mohrbutter, and I am Avid. And this is my Avid adventure. Before I get into my story, I've got a question for you. It's kind of a modified think, pair, share. Raise your hand if you've had that one teacher who really made a difference in your life, encouraged you, motivated, or maybe even just saw something special in you. Let me see that hand. What was it, thinking now, what was it that made them so special to you as a student? Let's hold on to that thought for just a second. Actually, more than a couple of seconds. I said that I was Avid, and of course I'm not. But I'm going to share with you a personal snapshot that will help illustrate why Avid is so important to me. In 1982, as a high school senior, I was sitting across from a guidance counselor as he was laying out my options for after graduation. As a C+ student, it looked like the local sawmill was going to be my most likely fit for a career path. I was thinking college, but as a first-generation high school graduate, I really didn't have any idea about college, what it would cost, how to get there, any of those things, but I knew I wanted to be a teacher. That mean anything to anybody in this room? My teacher, the one that stood out for me as I think about it, was a woman named Mrs. Smith. And although college was not a priority for most of my peer group, it was for her and her sons, who were also my friends. In my senior year, as I was kicked off the school bus for fighting, I know not very academically high achieving there, but it happens, right? I spent a lot of time with Mrs. Smith and her family before and after school. A lot of conversation took place there about going to college and what it was going to take, and she provided me the encouragement I needed to take that step. So much encouragement, in fact, she actually volunteered her older son for me to be his roommate, right? That's one way to get to college, just tag along. I was grateful, obviously. I tell you this because at the time there was no Avid, at least not for me in my school. And knowing what I know now about Avid, boy, did I ever fit that profile. Flash forward, things have worked out just fine. Better than fine, actually. Although I struggled and stumbled my way through undergrad, I graduated in 1991 and became a teacher. Sorry. I earned a master's degree in 2007 and a doctorate in 2011. I've spent a decade as a teacher, several years as a counselor, and a few more as assistant principal and principal, and now in year 6 as vice president of instruction of what I like to think of one of the greatest community colleges in the country, Nash Community College. In 2006, as an assistant principal, I was introduced to Avid, and wow, this was the piece that was missing from my experience. We were implementing Avid in our high school, and it changed the way I think about motivating students and about how to best help them help themselves. It also helped me change the way I think about professional development for teachers and how to help them best help their students. After returning from that first summer institute, we were able to implement a freshman seminar that provided students with the tools and belief that they could do more and be better academically regardless of their home life or any of the other characteristics we tend to pigeonhole students with. As the administrator in charge of overseeing Avid implementation, I saw firsthand how teachers use wicker strategies to teach students more effectively and improve student learning. More importantly, we all saw the students become more aware of their role in and taking greater responsibility for their own learning. They were advancing via individual determination. The Avid students there had a kind of, this is our club mentality and a kind of academic swagger, if that makes sense. They were confident about learning and their college-going future. For me, the more I was around Avid, the more I knew it makes sense and I could see the value. I also learned a few things about myself and applied some of those strategies to my own learning. Mind maps, Cornell notes, academic reading strategies, foldables, flashcards, and peer learning groups were integral parts of helping me complete my advanced degrees. Avid strategies like 10-2 and Think, Pair, Share have helped me become a much better meeting facilitator. Academic reading, collaborative jigsaw, and gallery walks have become cornerstones for leading professional development activities on our campus. In 2009, I became the principal of the Nash Rocky Mount Early College High School, a school whose mandate for student success is very similar to Avid. That is to help average, typically underserved, first-generation college, in many cases low socioeconomic level students just like I was, be successful in high school and college. Though Avid had been implemented, we spent a year ensuring that every teacher was Avidized at the highest level, and that all teachers and staff had the skills needed to help students succeed in class and in college. Large teams of faculty and staff attended back-to-back summer institutes, and we worked together to ensure that Avid strategies were implemented authentically in every classroom. Avid helped us establish and maintain a commitment to excellence for our students. Engaging instructions, seminar tutorology, we were an all-in school like we are an all-in college, and we let our students' success speak for itself. In the 2 years that followed, our school was recognized as a school of distinction with high growth, and then an honor school of excellence with high growth, the highest recognition awarded by the state of North Carolina at that time. During the same 2 years, we increased college course pass rate to above 90% and decreased the number of course withdrawals to single digits. We gained increased support from our district and began planning for demonstration site certifications. As we all know, life transitions take place, and I was transferred from the early college prior to achieving demonstration site certification. However, it continues to thrive, and Avid is still a huge part of day-to-day instruction. In fact, the school district is using the early college as an Avid model and sending a team to Summer Institute in Philadelphia next week. Yeah, that's right. They are planning district-wide implementation over the next few years. Very exciting stuff. In the transition that took place, I was given an opportunity to join Nash Community College in my current role as Vice President for Instruction. So there I am, making this transition or jump or leap from K-12 to higher ed. And what great news. Avid is at the same time launching Avid for higher ed. Again, I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I could spend the next hour or two talking you through that journey, the journey that's taken place on our campus over the last 5 years, but I won't. What I will say is that Nash Community College, from a relatively simple question from our president, Dr. Bill Carver, will Avid have a positive impact on what we do in the classroom and across the campus? Y'all feel free to help me out here, to an even simpler yes. What now? Yes. Absolutely. NCC has made a campus-wide commitment to being better at teaching and learning, and Avid for higher education has helped make that commitment a reality. For 5 years, Nash Community College, in partnership with Avid for Higher Ed, has dedicated thousands of hours to professional development, and I mean literally thousands, to the extent that we actually call it enrichment now instead of development. We kind of feel like everyone's developed, they just need enriching. That's right. What started as one full day of professional development grew into 4 days per year as we team with Avid, and now has grown into monthly snack and share activities as faculty have become more and more skilled at implementing high-engaging Avid strategies, to the development of a peer academy and a master instructor for higher education certification for those faculty who have learned to implement Avid strategies at the highest level. The college has seen increases in retention rates to above 70% and persistence, that elusive stick-with-itness, persistence to above 90%. Thank you, yeah. So even when a student is not successful by our ABC measure, they're less likely to drop out and more likely to try again, and sometimes even excited about making an F but still trying again. That's that kind of passion and enthusiasm for learning that Avid has helped us instill across the campus. Avid has helped Nash Community College faculty become better teachers, help staff become better service providers, help students become better learners. NCC's investment, along with President Carver's whole campus commitment to Avid implementation, has helped the college post 4 consecutive years of record graduations, and last spring the college was recognized by Avid for Higher Education as the country's 2nd national demonstration site. Has Avid made an impact on our campus? Yeah, absolutely. So a few minutes ago, I asked about that teacher that made an impact for you. Now I'd like you to stand with me if you've been that teacher or will be that teacher. Stand with me right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you know know you have made that impact, had that impact, made that difference, or you are planning to do so. The simple fact that you are in this room tells me that students around the country are thanking you right now for the positive influence and difference you have made in their lives. I believe that every student deserves to have that experience with every single one of their teachers, and that every teacher deserves to know what that feels like. And I know that Avid can help us make that a reality. It has for me. Thank you all so much. Woo!